Shall we make a bloom?
Yeah, why not?
Okay then.
Let's do it.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel.
Hello.
So,
Bloom.
bloom. Yes. So, I thought I'd have a go at a traditional 3D flowery bloom.
A flowery bloom.
A flowery bloom.
Okay.
So, this is me mixing up a whole bunch of resin and waiting till it's 30 degrees. So, once it was 30 degrees, I poured about 30 mils into a little pot, and then I filled up my coaster molds.
Yeah.
Really, really simple.
So far, you're doing.
I'm doing
awesome.
excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. So then I decided to add my alcohol inks.
Yeah.
And I went with orange and purple.
Shocker.
I like purple. What can I say? So I dotted purple just around the straight edge of each of the mold, just because I thought it would look quite pretty.
So at this point, you didn't really have a plan. You're just winging it.
I am winging it, as they would say. Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Are those? What inks are those?
Those are the Let's Resin alcohol inks.
Okay.
And then I thought the orange and the purple just needed a little
zhuzhing.
We're not using zhuzhing again. So I added I can't remember what this colour is.
That looks like magenta.
It is magenta, but magenta is more pink than magenta, I feel.
Magenta is more pink than magenta.
Well, magenta is it's pinker than I expected it to be. But I was okay with it because it actually looked really nice. And then I just repeated the same thing in the other one. My plan was
there was a plan.
There was sort of a plan, but my plan was to do different patterns and see how it worked out.
Okay.
Because you can do all sorts of different swirly patterns. But in this one I put yellow.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. It's the lemon yellow, which is, once it sort of dissipates a little bit, it's the wishiest, washiest yellow I've ever come across.
It's the alcohol ink version of the red UV.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's quite yeah, I do go in a minute with quite a bit more. So
it looks almost just a very, very light tint.
So I went in with some more orange because I wanted the orange to spread out a little bit more. And I was just waiting to see what happened, and then I thought, no, it needs more yellow. So in I go with 3 drops.
Oh, you just like proper going in with it now.
I thought, you know what? It's that wishy-washy. I mean business. I'm not messing about. This is some serious colorants going in here. So
although that's pushing out the
it's pushing out the purple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So luckily I go in with some more purple.
Push it back.
Push back, yeah. Because what we don't want is to not have the purple. Although that's not the actual purple. I think that's blue purple.
That looks more blue. Yeah, it's bluish purple.
It's actually called blue purple.
Bluish. I'm sure it's called bluish purple.
And it's not bluish. It's just blue purple. Anyway, whilst those colours are mishing around as they do, I thought I'll make up my white. Now, the reason I'm putting it straight onto the stick, so this is just standard Vista white pigment paste. And I put it on the stick because I didn't want to put it straight into the resin and end up with a massive blob going in, because
in case you were too heavy-handed.
In case I was a little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
But what I was looking for is kind of a semi-skimmed milk look.
Yeah.
So you want it to be a little bit translucent.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
you know, if it's too... What's that? I appear to have some masking tape stuck to me. Really?
Yes.
Anyway, I then poured it into my little piping bag and let that sit for a little bit longer because I wanted it to warm up just that smidgen more.
Yeah.
And then I went in and I did a little swirly pattern because I just thought...
That's looking really good so far.
I thought, why not?
Yeah.
And then I ummed and ahed about doing it on the second one. And I thought, no, I quite like it on the first one. I'm going to do it on the second one. So I did.
I like that one.
What the
yeah, because that's looking like a sun.
It's not meant to. It's meant to look like a flower.
It looks like a flaming sun.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but that wasn't my intent.
No.
Anyway, I'm now ready with my piping bag.
Yeah.
So I've cut the very tiniest tip off of it, and then in the center I did, I don't know, about 5 dots.
Yeah.
Because that would be the stamen of the flower. Is that the right word? Stamen? I'm sure it's stamen.
Let's call it the center of the flower.
Or we could call it that, the center of the flower. And then with the one on the left, I basically did petal shapes.
That's quite good for a bloom, to be fair. If you're going to do a flower bloom.
There's no need to be getting like this. But they're like upside down U's or W's, I suppose.
Wow.
And I tried to do it in a really smooth motion. No, I'm trying to do
like practicing your handwriting.
I'm trying to do a tutorial here.
Oh,
so
okay.
Can we, not a tutorial. I'm not who you watch if you want a tutorial.
No.
But I was trying to do it in a nice steady movement so that I didn't get too many
blobby bits.
Blobs.
Yeah.
And then I thought that's okay for that one, but I'm going to do a slightly different shape on this one. So again, I did the 5 dots, maybe 6. No, I did 5. I did 5 dots here. And then I was like, I don't really know what to do. So I'm just going to do big petals.
Okay.
And just see. And we'll see how it works out.
See how there's a bit of a blob there.
There was a bit of a blob there. So then what I did is I took my silicone stick. Your
silicone stubbing tool.
What are we calling them? Pointy, stabby sticks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I took my stabby thing.
Yeah.
And I just went through, and anywhere where there was sort of it looked like there was an excess of white, I just sort of smoothed it out, just tried to even it out so it was an even kind of this,
Yeah.
And then with this one, I was sat there, for the life of me I could not remember whether you go up, down, or then down and up. So I thought, well, I'll just do it this way.
Both?
You do, but I couldn't remember which way you do first.
Does it matter?
Oh, I don't know. And I thought, well, I'll do it this way and we'll see how it works out. And then I kind of went over my dots in the middle on that one. So, yeah.
That's all right. It's looking all right so far.
But so far, I was quite happy.
Yeah.
I was quite happy at this point. And this is just, again, I've spotted a couple of areas that I thought might sink. They looked a bit heavy. So I'm literally just smoothing them out. And then the one on the right, I thought, I'm just going to pop a little bit more because it looked a bit too faint. Because that blue is quite a deep colour.
Yeah.
So I thought, what I'm actually going to do is go over it again, but in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
So so the petals kind of overlap.
Okay.
So whereas the one has already started to bloom a smidgen, you go over it again, and it gives you like
like a double layer,
like a double petal layer almost. So, and then I just went through and drew the lines again.
I mean, they're all going to shrink anyway.
They theoretically they should all shrink in anyway. So, yeah, it was. So anybody who's wondering what that is, that's Kirk bothering me, saying,
I wasn't bothering you.
Please take a look at my.
I was asking your opinion.
So you've made something for My Bloody Valentine, which is one of the collaborations that we're doing.
Yeah.
And
coming soon.
Yeah. Every 5 minutes. Have a look at this. Have a look at this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a bloom here. This is a very, very intricate thing to do.
Yes.
Which, if anyone else is like me and has tried to do blooms, they will know that quite often you will get a lot of face huggers.
Yeah.
A lot of face huggers on the way to a successful bloom.
I don't think I've done a successful one yet.
No, you haven't.
No.
If it helps, I can keep in track.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So that's essentially it. And then I sort of babysat them for a little while, and periodically poked.
What, the
just to sort of, I was just sat there looking at them and going, are they going to sink? Are they going to sink? Let's see. They're going to sink. And at this point, you can see I've thrown my gloves on the table. I'm like, no, I'm going to go away.
Yeah.
I'm going to go away and leave them alone, and we will come back and see them.
Just let them do their.
And as you see from the very speeded up film,
oh yeah, this is massively sped up.
Yeah, they do actually bloom.
They do.
And I was very happy about this.
Yeah. I think because I mean, considering you put it on the outside.
Yeah. Now, I didn't want to put a standard backing on them. I wanted to try something a little bit different. So, because I'd let them dry so much, I added some metal size. It's my thing of the moment, metal size. So I poured a whole heap onto that one coaster. Far too much, if I'm honest. But it saved me putting the paintbrush back in every 2 seconds.
That dries tacky.
It dries tacky and clear. And a sensible person would have waited until the bloom was tacky itself and then used the resin. But because I'd done the bloom fairly late at night, I went to bed.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then did this the following day, at which point the resin is fully cured.
So if you tried to... What are you doing? Why are you doing that?
So that when I add chameleon powder,
yeah,
I just wanted to see what chameleon powder would look like.
Yeah.
I could have added mica to resin and all those sorts of things, but I specifically wanted to use the tiny turners.
But if you hadn't put that size on, that wouldn't have stuck to it.
No, I'd have been there burnishing it for a week and a day. But
yeah,
I mean, it probably would have stuck eventually. But no, this stuff made it nice and easy. So before you have, a little breathing fit, because you're like, how much are you using? It looks like I'm using a lot, but I promise you I'm not. I'm just like giving it a good burnish. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
But you can always get some more.
No.
Why not?
No.
So when that's gone, we're not getting any more?
No.
Why not?
We just need to get rid of all of our micas first, and before we start replenishing them.
Whatever, my dear, whatever. I've had it on very good authority. You can never have it too much glitter or too much mica.
Yeah, but they're all in the same support group as you.
Yeah, they are, to be fair. So
the was it Glitteraholics, not anonymous?
No. Glitteraholics.
Yes.
I don't think that's an actual thing, is it?
It is now. You're a glitterholic.
I don't think it is. Anyway, that colour is I think it's nether.
So yeah, I was going to say it's either nether or ether or...
I'm pretty sure it's nether. You can hear me rummaging around, having a quick... Yeah, that's nether.
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 Nether?
Nether. Nether. I'm sure it's nether. Anyway, it's that one. And then this one is Blood Magic.
You like that Blood Magic?
I really do.
Yeah.
I really, really do. It's quite weird because it's got quite a pinkish base. But,
yeah.
And I don't do pink.
No, you're not really pinky.
No,
person.
I'm a purple person, but I don't do pink, like, at all.
But the colour shift is...
But that one, I absolutely love. So...
I like the nether. I like the ether, because that's like a bluey purpley.
Mm-hmm.
And the Inferno.
Yeah.
The Inferno's a nice one.
If anyone's wondering, we're talking about the Tiny Turner Chameleon powders.
Yeah.
Which are all the rage at the moment.
And they are awesome. They are.
They really are exceptionally good.
We haven't tried the flakes yet.
I'm not a fan of flakes.
No.
I just don't. I don't like them. We've got the Let's Resin Chameleon flakes.
Yeah, I've used them once.
I just don't like flakes. It's not.
They're quite messy.
It's not that they're messy. I just don't enjoy using them.
Hello?
So, yeah. I feel that you can get the same effect from a mica that you can from a flake. Maybe I'll do something where I use a very similar mica and Chameleon
and see what the difference is.
see what the difference is in the final product. That's a good idea for a video. Yes. I'll do that. But yeah, so I give it a really good burnish with those colours. I mean, look at that. It's stunning.
Yeah.
I loved it. Absolutely love those colours. I could quite happily use those colours day in, day out and never get bored with them. Like if you said to me, you can only have, I don't know, 20 micas.
20?
Well, yeah, there's 20. So those are the ones I'd have. If I'm honest.
I'd say 5 and then just watch you go, I can't make that kind of decision.
I can't make that kind of decision. I mean, 5? Where'd you get 5 from? That's a random number.
No, it's not.
It is. Anyway, once I was done with the Chameleon stuff, I gave it just a standard black backing. So Vista pigment paste into resin and let that do its thing, essentially.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then I crossed my fingers.
Prayed to the resin gods.
Prayed to the resin gods. Yeah. Banished the fairy of fate from the house and hoped that my bloom was successful.
Yeah. I suppose at this point you've got no idea what it's...
You've got no idea at this point. I mean, I suppose you could hold it up. No. I don't know. Do you know what? I didn't even think to hold it up to the window, but I suppose...
I wouldn't have done it at this point.
Maybe not when it's got wet resin at the back, but yeah.
No.
So I did that and literally just made sure that it was all there on the edge. Give it a quick squirt of isopropyl and
99%.
Nice. And crossed my fingers and prayed to the resin fairies that it would all come out good. So whilst I'm doing all that, if you're still with us at this point, thank you so much for joining us. Do feel free to, if you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe and all that shizzle. And here's the demould. I was going to say unmolding. I'm saying unmolding a lot for reasons unknown. It's demould. I don't know what's going on.
It's the that word thing.
Gertism is what it is.
It's a Gertism.
Gertism. Oh, look at that.
That's nice.
So I was genuinely quite pleased with it. If I'm being super, super critical, there's a couple of spots that I felt maybe a smidgen heavy, but I was overall really, really pleased with it. And I think the Chameleon works.
I think that, because when you were putting it down, you said it was more pink, but that looks more purple now.
Yeah.
And a bit of, is that green?
No, I don't think there's green.
There's a little bit of green in there.
I don't think there's green. I think that's the reflection of something. And then this one.
That's nice.
So it's surprising how just changing the way that you do the petals gives you such...
Yeah, because you went over that again, didn't you? You did the second...
I did the bigger petals, and I went over it with a second layer. Yeah. So I was really, really pleased. But I think the Chameleon at the back just gives it that something.
Yeah. No, I like that. I prefer that one
to the other
one.
See, I prefer the other one to that one. But you know, if you, like I say, if you're still with us, let us know in the comments.
Which one do you prefer?
Well, if you like them, first off.
Okay. And which one do you hate the least?
No, we're not asking it like that. Behave yourself. Which one do you like the most? Thank you so much for joining us. We will hopefully see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Till then, take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.